I think sometimes it has to do with your individual child's like personality.
Some kids are easier than others.
Yeah.
Felt unsettled, restless, frustrated, even angry sometimes. I think if Christians were more open about the hard times, I think if Christians were more raw.
The Duggars are one enormous family with about 19 Duggar babies and maybe many more on the way that rose to fame as a result of an American reality television series. The Duggar sisters, particularly Jessa and Jill, have frequently been in the headlines and spotlight for both positive and negative reasons. This time, however, the news is not entirely great. According to reports, Jill Duggar's inflammatory illness is worsening. During recent weeks, there have been indications that not everything is going well between the two sisters, and now there's a concern about Jill's condition. So, what does Jess have to say about all of this, and what exactly is going on with Jill? Keep watching this video to find out. A 7-year run of the American reality television program 19 Kids and Counting, formerly 17 Kids and Counting and 18 Kids and Counting, on the cable network. TLC ended in 2015 when the show was suddenly restricted. The Duggar family, whose 19 children all have names that start with the letter J, is featured on the program. Jim, Bob, and Michelle Duggar are the parents, and there are 9 daughters and 10 sons in the family, totaling an enormous big family. The Duggar family, who are ardent Baptists, are the subject of the show, which frequently touches on the virtues of purity, simplicity, and confidence in God. The Duggars refuse to use birth control, claiming they have chosen to let God decide how many children they'll have. Despite the fact that it seems completely impossible to have 19 kids, it is what it is. Nevertheless, out of the 19 siblings, Jessa and Jill have been in the news the most frequently throughout the years. They frequently discuss related topics together and seem to have a close relationship. However, recently many fans have begun to notice how not everything is going well between the two. Sadly, Jill miscarried her 3rd child earlier in the 4th quarter of 2021. Despite this difficult period in her life, Jill eventually returned to social media after a long absence to update her followers. The 30-year-old Counting On star shared a clip of herself in the car with her 4-year-old son, Samuel, on her Instagram story, while talking about how she and her husband, Derek Dillard, have been handling their recent miscarriage. She said in the latest Instagram story video, "I just wanted to hop on here really quickly because it's been a little while since I've shown my face here. As you are all aware, the recent loss of our baby River has made for a somewhat stressful season for us. Simply put, we've been spending more time together as a family, sort of recharging and resuming some regular routines." Fans noted that Jessa was practically gone from her sister's life, despite the fact that everything appeared to be going wonderfully well for Jill as her family dealt with their tragic loss. In fact, fans eagerly anticipated Jessa's response or some sort of reaction when Jill revealed she was pregnant once more in February 2022. But unfortunately, they heard nothing. Fast forward to 2022, Jill posted a message on Facebook with various images from her 3rd baby shower that said, "With all the gifts, prayers, and blessings from friends and family, plus several who couldn't attend the celebration in person that showered us this weekend in anticipation of our little man's arrival next month, I feel more loved and more prepared now for a baby boy." However, as more and more pics were posted by Jill, fans began to wonder why her sisters, especially Jessa, weren't invited to the celebrations after she thanked only her mother-in-law, sister-in-law, cousin Amy, and Deanne Duggar for organizing it. Jessa ultimately spoke about the apparent conflict and allegedly growing tired of the tales floating about for no reason. She promptly put an end to any speculation that she and her older sister were at odds by announcing that she had indeed attended Jill's baby shower. "Please, let's not presume that everything we do or don't do has a bad intention," she posted at the time via Instagram. "I'm upset by these reports, and I'm here to put a stop to them. These comments present a misleading narrative, which is what they're intended to do. Just not true." Well, after that, everything seemed to be going well, and in the same month of July 2022, Jill gave birth to a boy, her rainbow baby. Freddie, the baby boy who joined older siblings Israel and Samuel, was given that name. The Dillard family also just relocated to a new state after Derek was hired in Oklahoma for his first position as a lawyer. Despite all that was going well in their lives, the family was confronted with another crisis that turned their lives upside down just weeks after welcoming their third child. Just 6 weeks after having a C-section, Jill ended up needing another major surgery among all the joy. Jessa Duggar made a comeback to update her followers on her life's events. She gave an update on a recent operation she had. "Well, I was so happy to almost make it through my 6-week postpartum well check without any serious issue, but unfortunately I ended up with a severe bout of pain earlier this week that worsened yesterday, forcing me to undergo gallbladder surgery," she stated. "I wasn't looking forward to having to restart my healing, but I'm incredibly appreciative for the top-notch medical care and all of the blessings along the way. The relief now and the hope of possibly never having to suffer from another gruesome gallbladder attack again." The Counting On actress then revealed what had happened to her, including frequent bloating and frequent nausea that had no known case. She also mentioned a few meals that could trigger a gallbladder attack. Jill continued by outlining her symptoms in case others were experiencing a similar problem, but she included a disclaimer that she wasn't providing medical advice. "If you occasionally have what you presume to be gut difficulties, such as gas, bloating, nausea, etc., like I do, but are frustrated because you can't pinpoint the exact cause of it, maybe think twice. Or, as my physician put it, the storm might be developing, but it hasn't yet struck or you haven't experienced a significant gallbladder attack." Even if there could have been indications that Jill was completely unaware of, we wish her a speedy and easy recovery. It's also worth noting that while Jill was adamantly opposed to putting herself through the recovery process, her sister Jessica has had her own way of putting herself through surgery on multiple occasions. When Jessa was pregnant with her third kid, she intended to give birth in a hospital, but things changed drastically when her water broke early and she was forced to give birth at home. Jessa's water broke on May 26th, around 10 days before her due date. "I was not expecting to go early," the Counting On star explained, adding that she expected to give birth late. "We estimated that the baby would arrive in at least 2 weeks. After giving birth, Jessa was actually brought to the hospital because her bleeding would not stop. There, she was given some medication and she gradually felt better. Once she was finally comfortable in the hospital, Jessa and Ben introduced Ivy to her new big brothers, Spurgeon and Henry, and other family members also showed up to greet her. Well, even though she was fine, taking such a big risk to give birth to her kid by using a puppy pee pad and castor oil was definitely the recipe for disaster. Well, now that everything has finally settled down between the two sisters, even when Jess was recently involved in a number of controversies due to her lousy parenting, Jill stood by her and even left a heart in the comment section of her post, which drew harsh criticism from mothers all over the world. It's also encouraging to see Jill and Jessa finally regaining their health and spending as much time as possible with their families. That's it for today's video. Please comment down below what you think will happen next with Jessa and Jill. Like and share this video for more updates about the Duggar family, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Here on Topish, you're always on top of the latest Hollywood celebrity, gossip, and drama. Subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more videos and updates. See you in the next video.